Hey, you guys. I finally learned that you can mute everyone with one easy button. I think Shannon was the one who was laughing to Brittany last week at me that I didn't know that, but
I'm
now I
sorry.
know that you can click a mute all button and my life has changed now. So now you're muted thanks to Shannon. I won't have to look at everyone's face 5,000 times trying to figure out who the one person was that wasn't unmuted. But there you go. All right, let's see. But I'm excited to see you guys. I'm excited for a new month. Let's see. All right, we'll get started in a second. I'm just going to let everyone jump on and then we will begin. I'm going to start off with some inspirational quotes that I read today and see which ones hit you guys. I know sometimes when I'm in a funk, which bearing all, I have definitely been in a funk lately. So they help you to get out. We all need that at times. So definitely getting your mindset is key in this business. It isn't an easy business. It's definitely worth it by a long shot, but it is definitely something that you need to be mentally tough in at times, especially if you are going to keep growing, lead a team, and stay with this business for a while. So, you know, all the feelings that you're having now, you know, aren't going to go away. You just have to learn how to deal with them better. And I feel like for sure, my past has helped me in some of that, deal with some of the things that I've been going through. But it doesn't make it any easier sometimes, right? It's still really hard, but you can get through it. So if you guys, you know, maybe are walking off a harder season, know that you're not alone, but know that you can keep showing up and you can still do it no matter if you're having a hard time and you want to give up, things like that, you know, just show up. That's what I tell myself. You just have to keep doing it. So that's why I'm here, because I'm doing it. There are 27 people. Awesome. Let's see how many people we get. I love these videos, but it is always interesting. The first night we have so many people, right? And the second night, you know, it drops, and that's fine. We're learning. We have to be committed. And a lot of times people want to, but they just haven't made those steps, right? So cheers to you guys for making those steps to show up again. Of course, sometimes things come up and we can't, but we'll have this recorded for those of you who can't, but we'll get started. We're gonna, I might go a little bit tiny over. I'm trying to stick to the 30 minutes and then open it up for Q&A. But since with the promotion and things like that, I'm gonna go a little bit more. So welcome. I wanna read a couple quotes to you guys, so I'm gonna share my screen. And let's read some of them. Okay, I love this one. If you don't follow her on Instagram, she's great. Susie School. She says, work until your idols become your rivals. You know those women you absolutely love on Instagram. What can you learn from them? How do they engage with their community? You do not need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to make it your own. And I think that's really important, right? Like, don't limit yourself. They're just a regular person that started at 0 followers, or maybe it's not even about Instagram. Maybe it's just someone that you really look up to in this business, and they started at day 1 too. They got their first oil kit. They signed up their first customer. Maybe just look and see, maybe what are they doing differently, right? And what can you do differently to create your own audience, and what can you give back to people? I think on one of my days it was hardest for me, you know, I woke up and I was totally in a funk, and I got the best text message, not text, a DM from a customer. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But it literally, like, sometimes I feel like it brings you back to why you do this. Like when sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, like I am in a funk. And then remember, she actually just DM'd me again and just already ordered twice for the time, 2 times already in this month, and we're only on day 3. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. But this is what she wrote me. She put, thank you so much. I've tried oils in the past, but I didn't know how to use them. So I quit and didn't reorder. This time around is totally different. I appreciate you taking the time to explain things to me. Have a great weekend. And I feel like that's what it's all about, right? Like We've had so many people want to live more naturally and want to use things that help themselves and their family, but no one stands by them and actually helps them to learn how to do it, right? A lot of times people are just in it for the quick sale and they're really not there to show up for the people. So make sure for the people you get signed up, you show up, right? You show up no matter if they're going to order that month or not. You really want to help them. She already got her son signed up, and this lady is just really into it, right? Because she finally has somebody that's like giving her information. And that just made me feel so much better, because sometimes like we make it all about ourselves, like our goals, our needs, our wants, our this. And to be honest, like this business is totally about helping others, right? And in my days that I'm in a mental funk, I just have to remember, why am I doing this? Like, it's not just selfish, right? I do like the income. I love helping people. I love getting, DMs like that. That's why I get up every single day and choose to do that. That's literally an equal part. Providing for my family, financial freedom, time freedom, those are right there. But helping other people actually learn how to use stuff is just so empowering. So when you're having an off time, just remember how you've helped someone else. And I love this. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So we're going to talk about your why in a little bit. But if you're having a hard time figuring out why no one wants to join you on the business side, because I think this leads a little bit more into it, maybe figure out why. What is your purpose, your belief that drives you? And that's really what people are going to join in on, right? Maybe you are, sharing that you are wanting to, get out of your job that you feel like it's 9 to 5, and you have people then in your 9 to 5 around you, and they're like, man, I'm sort of wanting to get out of that too. And that's your story, right? That's what they're going to buy onto, right? They're not going to buy onto an MLM or doTERRA, right? They haven't had an experience yet. Or maybe you're a mom and you're sharing, the oils. They're going to buy onto your story of like how your kid had croup and you weren't up all night and they were up all night and then went to the ER with their kid. Like that's what they're going to buy into. So let's make sure we're sharing those kind of things. So I think it's so important that we're sharing that and not just, here's another kid of the month, buy it now, right? That really doesn't speak to people, and it's not storytelling. And I feel like you have to tell a story in order to connect with people. And that's the best way to get to people, is figuring out what they, what are their desires and their hardships in life, and how can you help them? Whether it is financially, whether it is just they need something so their kids don't get sick all the time, or their, grandparent who's in pain, figure that out. I like this. A girl who's going to do big things cannot let small things get to her. And a lot of times I feel like people, especially in this business, let so many small things get to them. I was at the Balloon Presidential Diamond Summit last month, and we were talking with corporate, and, they just literally can't handle, and neither can we sometimes laugh at, sometimes the things that the premier group, the gold group, the different groups get caught up on. And, they'll be on Facebook and someone will post something, whether it be about doTERRA or shipping air or something. And we're like, oh my gosh, like you guys are getting so sucked into the smallest thing that's going to let you, ruin your entire day over your business. Like I used to let some of those things, and then I had to realize, like, what is this actually doing for me? How is this helping my business, right? Like I can acknowledge it. I can complain about it for 1 second, and then I'm going to figure out a solution and move on, right? Because, complaining nonstop or not coming up with a way to fix it, or, like me, sometimes it just crappy stuff happens. Like it just does sometimes. And I just need to, my famous saying is, put it in a bubble and blow it away. But it's that kind of thing. It's just like, stop obsessing over all of these little things and really get back to, what is your goal? What is your why? Why are you doing this, right? And I think that's really, really important a lot of times in this business. Couple more. You got 3 choices: give up, give in, or give it all you've got, right? And I think that's really true, because sometimes it's hard, and you can either give up, which a lot of people do, and you can have moments of give up. Maybe you can have a day, but in this business, in my opinion, if you give up for a month, your business suffers so much. It just doesn't suffer that month. You're now making your business go back a lot. So really remember that if you truly want to build a business, which is why I'm jumping on these calls to actually help you guys build a business, you cannot give up for a week or a month at a time. And absolutely, you can't give up for a couple months. That's not a business, and it's going to be really hard jumping back in. So just don't let yourself get there. I have those moments too, but I literally have trained myself to say, it doesn't matter, do it anyway, right? And it's not fun, and I can cry while I'm doing it, but I do it anyway. And I think that's a really good thing to do, right? Wish for it or work for it, right? Important. Those are two different differences. A lot of people will say, oh, but I really want financial freedom. I really don't want my husband to work 80 hours a week. Well, I didn't want my husband to work 80 hours a week either, and I was really tired of doing everything, right? And then I had to work for it, right? So there's both steps. You can wish for it, but then you have to work for it. All right, the last one, and then we will do more at the end, is strength is a product of struggle, and so is progress. So if you feel like you're struggling right now, that's totally fine. You're in it, you're doing the work, and you're going to make progress. So struggling doesn't mean your business is bad, your business is a flop or a failure. It just means you're actually working at it, and sometimes it's hard, right? And I don't know, Jenna tagged me in, I don't know if you guys follow her or not, but Keely Martinez this last month, and she got on there and said, this is the first month, in forever that I haven't hit presidential diamond. And, sometimes we all act like, oh my gosh, everything is roses and easy or whatever. And the truth is it isn't, right? And it's a lot of work. And if you're going to build something like a multi-million-dollar business, you're definitely going to have some hard moments, a lot of them, right? You're definitely going to have leaders that quit. Like if you listen to anybody that's been doing it for a while, people quit on you. And are you going to let that stop you from your goals? No, right? We're just going to don't let someone else's decision for what they're doing affect yours. And I think that's a really big thing to listen. So those are my random off the wall quotes, but they just spoke to me today. So hopefully a couple of them spoke to you guys. Now we're going to get into it a little bit. We're going to do some product education. And if you guys want to stop me at all, anytime, stop me. What I really love this month is the product of the month, right? They get a free product every month. And Ravensara, I'm probably butchering the name. I should probably practice it first. Anyone want to pronounce it for me? Ravensara? I don't know. Okay. That oil, right? You guys need to sell the story of the oil, because you just posting this oil and saying, get it for free is not going to make someone spend 125 PV. They're not that excited about it, right? Like you need to show legit recipes, DIYs, how you're using it. Use things that you know that your community is going through, right? Maybe if you're in fitness, talk about how, oh my gosh, this is great for sore muscles. If you know someone that has allergies or sinus headaches, this is a great blend. You are going to love having this oil. You love Breathe. I know you told me how much Breathe helped your family. This key ingredient in Breathe, you can get for free. doTERRA's never had it, right? Those are the kind of stories that we need to sell and tell people. Because if you just put up the photo on Instagram or just text someone that or add that to your Facebook group, no one's going to be like, yeah, I want to go spend $125 to get that oil this month. Only you people who do the business are going to. But doTERRA has given you a great opportunity by giving you a limited edition oil that's in one of their #1 selling blends that everyone loves, which is Breathe, right? And there's so many ways to use this oil. So I want you guys to spend a good amount of effort this month educating on why you need Breathe. And then or the other one, not Breathe, the Ravensara, whatever oil. Why you need that oil. Practice saying it before you go onto an Instagram live. Clearly, I need to do that. And then there's so many more freebies this month, right? But really before you just say tons of freebies, right? Like sometimes I don't announce freebies the first day of the month. Why? Because I don't even know why they're good yet sometimes. Or I don't even have testimonials to back them up. I don't want to just spew things without giving a story. When I talk about them, I want to make sure people DM me and say, I have to have that oil, right? Tell me how I can get that oil. But if I were just to be like, free product of the month, here it is, and I don't tell them anything about them, I don't educate them, which takes effort, no one's going to DM me and say, how can I get that oil? I want to get that oil. I need that oil, right? What oil is 10% off this month? Yarrow Palm, our most amazing oil that all women want and love. Can we talk about weight loss, metabolism, anti-aging? It's the best oil, right? So that's an oil they get 10% off, right? So let's talk about those kind of things. How about your customers that you signed up last month and get $100 in free oils if they do an LRP order this month? what oil could they get for free next month? Or what oil could they get 10% off this month? And then if they get it this month with one other thing, then they get $100 in free oils next month, right? Maybe figure out what your customer's wish list is. Did their kid or their husband have chronic pain? What was it that they really wanted that was out of their budget? And tell them how they can get it for free. Don't just tell them, oh, here's $100 in free oils, right? I think last month, if you had any success with our mini kits that we sold, it's because you sold to a niche audience and you actually directly hit what they wanted. So if you felt like the anxiety, stress, and sleep one was the most popular, that's because a lot of people deal with that. So instead of saying you can get $100 in free oils, why don't you actually come up with what $100 in free oils looks like and tell people they can get all of this for free? They just need to get these items this month and they get all of this for free, right? Tell them, let's tackle all your stomach issues this month, and then all of your anxiety ones you get for free. You need to connect the dots for them and make it really, really easy. If you want to get someone to go on the LRP, order 100 and then get the 100 for free, right? So education is key, and people want to be educated and they want you to actually want to help them. So go to your customers that you've had the last, couple months, really connect with them and see, what is it? Can I help you? And then send them some free ebooks. We have so many great ebooks and recipes and DIYs, and search in the Facebook group and tag them in posts. But there's so many ways to connect the dots for people. So instead of you trying to bug them and say, don't you want to order this month? They're going to be writing to you and say, I think this is what I want for my LRP order this month. Was there anything else I needed? That's like a way better DM, right? Instead of you going after them. So really, really go on about education and support and things like that. So I made a lot of slides for you guys today, which did take up a lot of my afternoon. So hopefully you find some of them helpful. I know some of you guys have OneDrop, like a subscription, which is awesome. And if you can, it is a great investment. But I know a lot of you can't afford it right now. So I am trying to still put out a good amount of content that you guys can do as well. Did I share my screen before I did that? Can you guys see my screen or no? Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Okay, so these are some of the ones that we can start to use. All right. Failing. All right, this is not working that way. All right, we're gonna start over. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay, so some of these images, I'm going to show you where to get them for free if you aren't using them already from doTERRA. They have a website, Canto as it is, and a lot of these are free. And I like that they're clean. They're doing way better images in my opinion, so that's great. So I'm housed them all on our website where you guys can click and go on. But there's a lot of them like this, which are great. It's just going to give a little snapshot about the oil. Some of this is great information. Maybe you can connect the dots to eucalyptus and how this oil is similar to that if you like that. They have some graphics on the promos if you need to use it for that go over what you can get. But again, do not just put these slides up and don't give any more education on it, right? No one's going to go buy $90 Yaropalm unless you literally show them some amazing testimonials from it, right? And I'm going to show you that we have those. But some of these slides are great. We have them for you. But I went on and I actually did DIYs. So I went on to a couple other essential oil websites that sell this oil, and they actually had a lot of recipes on there. So I went in and they had some on sports massage and cold and flu. You can use it in a steam mug cup. You can get one of those essential oil inhalers off of Amazon, fill it with the pink Himalayan salt, and you can add a blend to that. That's going to be an awesome post and an awesome way to let people know this is a great way to use this oil. Go get a little inhaler, or maybe you want to go on to Amazon and purchase a bunch of those essential oil inhalers. They're not that expensive at all. You add your pink Himalayan salt and tell your customers, yeah, if you get the free product of the month this month, I'll send you this free essential oil inhaler. And you can add your Raven Stara oil to it, right? A sinus headache inhaler. There's so many ways to use this oil for inhalation and aromatics between the steam mug cup, an inhaler, putting it in the bottom of your shower, all those kind of things. Diffusing it for cold and flu. Then this one is, so you can see at the top, some of them are just about it and all different recipes. And then I have one on roller bottle blends and diffuser. So you can talk about clear skin, right? We can use this for skin. We can use this for peace and calming. So if you have mental stress or meditation, or you like yoga, any of those, there's some great blends for that, right? Easy Air, another alternative to using like a eucalyptus oil. This is a little bit more gentler of an option. Then I did some Instagram shots for you guys as well. So, you know, if you just want to put this in there, you can get it. Opens airways, boosts immune system, great for skin, muscles, and mood. Get it free for this month. I have a couple of those up there so that you guys can use them. They're already up there. And then this one, oh, that was my typo one. And then I have a diffuser one as well. So there's 3 different ones up there with all sorts of DIYs. Go ahead, get your oil ordered, photograph it. I'll try once my oil comes in to photograph a couple more where it's actually with the oil and a couple other things. So you can actually put some things up there and start using it and showing people how you use this oil all the way up until the 15th, right? Don't just talk about this oil one time and then expect everyone to want to get it. Most of the time they won't even see your post, or if they do, a lot of times sales, they say someone has to see something like 6 times before they're okay with buying it, right? So you need to talk about this oil a ton of times if you want people to feel like they need to order it by the 15th of the month and get it for free. Why they need to be on the LRP. Does anybody have any questions about that oil in general or no? Oh yeah, here's that one.
I have one question.
Yeah.
What would you say, because I don't know much about it yet, but what would you say is the biggest difference? Because one of my friends is saying, oh, I heard it's a lot like eucalyptus.
Right.
So what sets it apart? Like what makes it,
From what
why
I've been
should they
reading,
get
it's a
it
little
if
bit more
it
gentler
like,
option of eucalyptus. I think it's a little bit different aroma too, a little bit more woodsy and things like that. Of course, I need to smell it first, so I did mine on a little bit expedited of an order, so that I can get mine in and actually go on and smell it and use it and then give some testimonials. It is a little bit hard on these products to talk about it fully if you haven't used the oil. That's why I went on to the other websites and got some DIYs that people actually liked. If you go to oils and if you just go on to Google and type in the oil name, it'll pop up on other people's websites, and then you can go in and some of them have testimonials. Like I almost went on and screenshotted all their testimonials, but go on and read the testimonials. You'll feel a lot more confident selling this oil and educating about it when you read other people's words that already have the oil. For us, we want to give some good DIYs and show how they can incorporate it. And just talk about it more in that way. And then once you get it, and then you can connect with it a little bit more, you can give your own spin on it and say, yeah, I love it. It has this more compared to eucalyptus. I mean, I would be making it up if I said it because I haven't had it yet, but I would go more with the DIYs and how you're going to use it. And then I'd get the oil, you know, sooner than later. Don't get it, you know, at the 15th, you know, and then educate on it, pull it out, smell it, give it, smell it and have it in a class and things like that, options. But yeah, that's what I would say. This is only from what I've learned so far. Is similar to eucalyptus. But if you don't even want to say that as much and leave that off, then just talk about all the ways you can blend it, right? And all these great DIYs. People really buy into that and like that, right? And they do want to experience. And everybody, has different effects with oil. So maybe eucalyptus is great, but hey, this one actually could work with their body way better. But they're not going to know, and they're not going to get a chance to buy it ever unless they get it for free on the LRP this month. So, that kind of thing. Let's see. I have a friend with asthma who can't use Breathe because she's allergic to eucalyptus. Could she use this instead? I'm not going to give the doctor answer to that, but I would say that they're different. So I would definitely, with people who say they're allergic to something, you never want to give someone a reaction. So, Christina's saying it's derived from this. So she might want to look into that a little bit more. It's definitely different. It just has similar attributes. So probably, but again, that is something that maybe if that was my customer, I might even say, let's do cardamom and lime. And you know what I mean? Not even go that route, but I think it's different. So you should be able to. Yeah, different plant. That's what Brittany said. So yeah, definitely spend some time. All of those images are up. This is where it is. I want to show you guys where. It's always pinned at the top of our it's always pinned at the top of our oil Facebook group. So if you go to our Facebook group over here, if you guys are like, where is this every time? It's the same link every single time. Anytime I update any part of anything, it's going to be at this pinned post that's for announcements. And I have a couple announcements. I have the Back to the Basics announcements. You can see all three. Click see all three, and there's going to be 3 different sets of announcements. Not there. Why is it showing up right there? Of course, right when I tell you guys. It's on this same website, but I'll add the link right here. That is weird. It shows it on my Instagram every single time I do that. Well, look, right when I said it. Okay, I'll add it to right underneath here of the Up Leveling Your Business. But basically, it's my same website. So that was a complete fail of showing you how easy it was to find. It's very easy on my app when I go on my phone, but it's the same website, and it's all under our photo doTERRA images. So you're going to see them all right here. You can click on it. You can save it to your phone, and I put them all up there for you. I'm going to do the same thing with Yarrow Palm because we're going to be able to do a lot with Yarrow Palm this month. And I'm going to show you a couple other resources that you can do, but definitely start educating on this as well. And like I said, don't educate it one time and then stop educating on it. You need to keep talking about it. Talk about how when you get it, you're going to get On Guard Touch for free as well. And then say, if you love On Guard and you want even more freebies, go into how you can get these for a 200 PV order, right? There are so many free things they can get this month. It's kind of insane. Someone else said something. Yeah, okay, Jackie's answering more of the chemistry question. Okay, so that's there. If you want to go to doTERRA's website, doTERRA promo, it's doTERRA.canto.com, and every single month they keep adding tons of images. So these are all ones that anyone can go on and download all about it. So you can see there's even more recipes that I didn't do all of them. So go on there, they add stuff new all the time. If you haven't been on doTERRA's Pinterest account and you're on Pinterest, they have so many great graphics on Pinterest. They're doing a really amazing job, and you can always download every single one. I just did about 50 today. So go onto doTERRA Pinterest. You'll get a ton of free oil education that's really well done on there. I really, really liked it a lot. I'll try to add it to our website of photos that you guys can use, but it's really easy to download off of Pinterest. So you're going to have those 2 things. And then talking about Yarrow Palm and things like that, if you guys aren't familiar with using our Obsessed with Essentials user group, I want to show you how easy it is to get education and information to share with your customers all the time. You literally go to the file section. If you go to the file section, we have tons of stuff you can download and use all the time. If you're getting in a rut of what to share, go to the file section and there's tons of stuff. Then if you go over to the photo section, there's even more. Yes, you can look at just the photos, but the easiest way to go about doing a lot of it is going to the albums. If you go to the albums, we have tons of recipe charts. We have things on emotions, essential oils and pets. We have LRP. If you haven't been using the wellness boxes, we have all of our wellness boxes, right? If you don't know how to help a customer get on the LRP, go look at what their top issues are and show them our wellness boxes. We have them on pets, anxiety and stress, kids, skincare. They have all the testimonials there for you. And then if you go on there, I went on and did an entire video for you guys on every single one. If you click this YouTube, it will tell your customer exactly how to use every single one of these things once they get it. We've tried to make it really, really easy for you to connect the dots, and I think a lot of you guys just aren't utilizing it. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew this is all right here for the wellness boxes. You can use it for Instagram, you can email it, you can text it. Pick 3 things. When I get customers started, sometimes I'm like, what are your top 3 wellness boxes? If they can't spend 100 PV, break that wellness box up into 50 PV. Even if they spend 50 PV a month, you're going to help them go up on the LRP every single month, right? Every 3 months, they go up 5%. By the end of the year, you'll have them at 30% off. They're not going to get off the LRP, right? So we need to really figure out ways to make it easy for our customers to order. Sometimes it overwhelms them to order. They don't know what to order unless you tell them, and they want to know how to use what they're ordering once they get it. So this is an easy way to take a load off you and say, look, we have it all for you. You can send them the video to watch me talk about it. You know, Shannon did a whole pet one for us, and we're trying to work on more and more. So this is a great way. And if you haven't utilized it, I would recommend you do. Then going back to the same area, if you go on photos, and then you go to albums, you are going to see all of our ebooks. This is another great way to get the easiest content for your Instagram or Facebook account, or just sending a customer something so they don't feel like, oh, they're bugging me to order again. No, why don't you say, oh my gosh, you know, I saw that you got On Guard. I thought I'd send you the green cleaning ebook. You're going to love it. It gives you so many ways to use On Guard, right? If you haven't seen our green cleaning ebook, it has great content thanks to Lauren and Cheryl. And literally, you can screenshot this and add this to your Instagram, right? Why green cleaning? It tells you right there. It gives you statistics that are a little scary about why you shouldn't be using other things in your home. These are great. You can even look, copy and paste the entire thing. And that is your whole writing for your Instagram post, right? We have the photos for you. We have statistics. We have articles. There are so many things you can do. So that's a great one for green cleaning. If you want to tell people why they need the free products of the month this month and the free extra ones for spending 200 PV, start educating them on Guard a lot and what you can do with all of the things with On Guard, right? And what maybe the dangers are if they're using other things and how they can get it for free this month. Our other one that I absolutely love, and I'm going to actually try to go on and do a whole group training on again, is our Lighten and Glow protocol. This one is amazing. This is hitting all the points that most of our customers want. Naturally boost your metabolism, detox your body, harmonize your hormones, get more energy, and have glowing skin. The only thing that's not in there that's top of the list is anxiety. So every single thing is what people want right now in January and February and basically throughout the year. And it's all in there for you. I might tweak it a little bit and add in, say, the turmeric duo capsules because I think that's a better option. So I'm going to edit this slightly. I'm going to try to do that this week. But even you can share it before then. But this has so much. If you want to talk about Yarrow Palm, look, we have great information for you right here on Yarrow Palm. And then if you say to someone, oh my gosh, this oil that I know you would love is on sale, I wanted to send it to you so you could read more about it. Look what else they're going to read about while they're reading this ebook, right? It teaches them all things about from an esthetician how to use it, before and after photos. This is how you get people to buy things, right? You have to educate them and do it in an easy way. Share testimonials. These are all weight loss testimonials. This is crazy, right? Then the vitamin pack, right? So this is a great, great ebook. It's one of my top ebooks to send. Let's see, some people are commenting. You have to log in, but there's no way to get started. I'll post the link that should work for you, Azadeh. Oh, Brittany just did. Awesome, Brittany. Okay, Christina. Yeah, Christina is the queen of using this on her Instagram. It's amazing. So go look at Christina's Instagram, and she's great at screenshotting these and getting great content from it. And we already did all the work for you guys. So like seriously, utilize it because it was a lot of work. Then this month, I'm going to go in and I'm going to edit our Oils for Romance ebook. I should be getting it out in the next couple of days because I know it's like right upon us. Last month was a little crazy for me, or I was trying to get it done early. But I have tons of great recipes. Lindsay did this one for us last year, which is awesome. It gives you a great starting point. I love, these kind of things. This would be a great thing if you want to make a little 3 free rollers or pick your favorite roller and I'll send it to you with your LRP order, right? Sort of like what I did for you guys last month and maybe some of your leaders is, why don't you incentivize your customer with a little freebie? It's not even that much money, but this will really help your customers get excited, right? They want some of these kind of things, but maybe they don't have Whisper and ylang ylang and black pepper, right? But offer that. Or if you do a class, make sure and actually show them how they can use these oils outside of just this, so they want to buy them too. And it's not just gonna make and take where they come, make the 3 things and then leave. That's not like a productive way to spend, your business time, in my opinion. You really want to educate them and make it fun and connect the dots and give them some freebies. That's how you would get more bang for your buck out of doing that. But I'm going to update this. I'll let you guys know when it's updated. But those are 3 of the ebooks that right away you guys should be able to use in your business. And I think they're great ones. There's more ebooks out there, but does anybody have any questions about all of that, the ebooks, the different websites you can use and things like that, or anything that anybody wants to share?
I have a question,
Yeah.
Melody. Valentine's Day make and take.
Yeah.
Which I chose specifically because I'm going to pull out all those like weird oils that people wouldn't normally have, like the ylang ylang and stuff. How would you recommend also educating on it? Because what I usually do is I do a brief, like maybe 10-minute, like intro to oils.
Yeah.
Like what are oils, the 3 ways to use, and then I'm done. And then I take them over to the make and take section. And that sometimes takes like a while. And I kind of just leave it at that for these types of classes.
Yeah. So what I would probably do is print out a paper on each oil with your top ways you're going to use it and mention those briefly when you're going over the make and take. So when you're like, in this one, we're going to be using these oils, then go over, you know, you guys all talk about hormones, you know, our periods are crazy, our hormone balancing. This clary sage oil is in a lot of these blends, but you can also use it. It's in my hormone blends. I use it in my hair care, and try to pick out whatever that oil is, what the other top ways they can use it, right? Like the ylang ylang, the Marisa, the Dr. Marisa Snyder, she has a great book on essential oils, the hormones, you know. She has great other facts on that. Go to her Instagram, and there's going to be other blends of why you really need ylang ylang. Otherwise, you're like, oh, that's a cool oil, you know what I mean? But you got to come up with a couple other key things of why they would be able to use that oil. I mean, the book, you know, that I use all the time, Oil Magic, that's a great one to have out there, right? Because you could even say, look at this oil, you can see all the different things, and hold the book up and just beeline down it. It takes 5 seconds and go the top 7 things just with the book open. That would be really easy. And then I would have a laminated sheet right there of each oil that they're using in front of the make and take, and have it right there by the oil so they can see all the ways to use that. Like other things they would be able to use it with already what they have, you know? So if you feel like, okay, they probably already have lavender, I'm going to tell them how they can combine it with those. If it's more like a class that has the top 10, right? You want to connect the dots. Otherwise, they just think it's an out there oil that I don't need.
Right. Just to make that one thing or whatever.
Exactly. That's the reason why I don't like make and takes for that kind of thing. But make and takes are awesome to get people in the room and have a connection with them, right? That's the number one thing I like them for. So if you do have, you know, that book, that's a great way. If you have like the Bring the Friend, right? And you have other things. The other thing you can do too is you can have that make and take, but you can also have some of your top LRP boxes that we just did, the wellness boxes, printed out and laminated that and on a table with those products, and they can peruse that, and that would maybe stir the pot a little bit more on things that they want. Because then, you know, even if they don't buy the ylang ylang, it got them to come, but then we're actually showing them what other of their top key things are that they would want to get maybe for an order that month. And then I tell people, yes, if you get an order this month, then all of the make and take items are free from me. You can do that if that works for your budget or not, but you sort of want to give some kind of incentive of why they'd want to do an LRP order, right? And then give them other options outside of just Valentine's Day stuff. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, so I'm totally over time, but I'm going to keep going. If you guys want to bounce off, you can. My 2 things I want to talk about tonight were Power of 3 bonus, your why, and then a rank planner. So if you guys are jumping on and doing mini Diamond Club, you're getting prepared for regular Diamond Club or any of those, the 3 things you really want to focus on right now are filling out your why paper, because in the middle of mini Diamond Club or regular Diamond Club, you're going to be like, what is my why and why did I do this, right? We need to figure out what is our why and why we're doing that. It's a really important thing. So I actually linked for you guys on the Facebook group at the top. It should be this time. At the top, if you, at the announcements, if you click more, I added like 5 billion new links to it. So it's all of this, and then it has other helpful downloads. And so if you go down, you're going to see your why and your goals. You're going to see rank planner and power of 3. Those are the 3 I want to go over today. So here's your why. You really, really, really want to know what your why is. If you're not like the person, like I wasn't someone that wanted to make like, you know, everyone's different. If you need to do a vision board and put it up in your bathroom, do the vision board. If you need to put it as your screensaver on your phone, do that. If you want to say like, when I hit this goal, I'm going on this trip, you need to have some kind of dream vision. You need, you know, something of a surprise of when you get to go there. I think it's a great thing if you're a mom and you're working a lot more, that you give your kids a reason why you're working more. So you tell them, when mom hits this goal, we're going to go do this. Because mom guilt is real. And if your kids aren't in it with you, it just feels wrong sometimes, right? You have to make them want it with you. So like for my kids, it's like, yeah, did you see mom was working a lot? You get to go to Hawaii if mom does this, right? So then they're cheering me on. Go mom, go sign some classes up. I'm glad you're talking to that person, mom, right? Like you want to let them know that they're going to get something, right? The same thing for a spouse too, but for sure for kids, you really want them to partner with you in it so they have something that they're going to get to when you hit your goal. And then you feel, because you really are doing this for your family or your spouse or yourself, and you really, you know, no matter what, grouping you're in on there, just for yourself or for your family or spouse, you really need to know what your why is, what it's going to give you when you get there, right? Because otherwise it's hard to go out on the limb. And sometimes it's easy to cave back and just be like, whatever, I'll just live here in my mediocreness and just complain all the time about the situation that I'm in. It's easier than doing that. And sometimes it is, right? But when you're stuck in that spot for a while, you know, what I always say is, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If you guys have said, like, every month I'm going to go for doTERRA, and you give a little effort and you never do anything, and then every month you're like, oh man, my doTERRA business didn't grow at all. Like, at one point you're sort of going to get sick of it, right? So what's the definition of insanity? That don't let that happen to you, right? Don't do the same thing over and over again and expect it to be different, right? We really need to change and get out of the box. That's what Diamond Club and Mini Diamond Club do. It's a push. It will grow you. It will challenge you. It will be a lot, right? But that's what you get when you grow. You're actually going to grow, and growing isn't always easy, but it's totally worth it. So go to that, fill that out. If you're doing a one-on-one, give it to your one-on-one. Make a 30-day goal, do a 90-day goal, and give yourself a year goal. And sometimes if goals are intimidating to you, because I know they are for some people, then do a big goal, like this is my outrageous goal. Do a middle, and then do a low goal, right? One that you know I will hit, right? Then one that I really think I'm going to hit. And then one that if I hit this one, I'm going to be stoked, right? Because we don't want to be disappointed. Life does not always go. Last month, I had a goal and I did not hit it. Was I bummed? Absolutely. Did I give an immense amount of effort that was very painful to give? I did, and it did not help me get to my goal last month. Now, did it help in a lot of other things? Yeah. Did that really mean anything into the moment of pain that I was in? No, right? Did I regret? Maybe I shouldn't have given all that effort. Yeah, but that's not how I do this business. Every single month I give it everything, and that's how I've grown a really successful business. If every single month I would say like, oh man, my effort that I gave last month didn't show as much as I, would hope for. I'm not going to give good effort this month. I would be not in a great spot, right? I definitely wouldn't be Blue Diamond. Let me tell you that. I always like to tell people when I hit Diamond, I had 4 legs. When I hit Diamond, I had to rebuild 2 out of my 4 legs. That means half of my team I rebuilt. That wasn't a fun moment. That was a choice I had to do, and then I had to continue to build. Nobody likes those kind of stories because they're really painful. But I had a choice to make, and I was like, do I want to keep going? Yeah. So if you're at a road like that, and you're like, I really built this person out a lot, but they're life draining me right now. Should I give up? No, you shouldn't give up. Is it going to be a little hard to rebuild? Yeah, but a lot of us leaders in doTERRA say it's easier to what is it? Oh. I think it's like easier to give life to something new than resurrect the dead. I think it's a better statement that I butchered it, but Rebecca's smiling. She probably heard it. But it's true. Stop trying to resurrect the dead on your team. If you have give birth. Thank you, Kim. And birth is hard. So I'm not saying birth is easy, right? It's better to give birth than to resurrect the dead. So if you feel like there's some resurrecting going on your team, just, only Jesus is resurrected from the dead. No, not many other things are getting resurrected too much. Let's just give birth to new life. It's just more, you get more energy. It's way more fun working with people that are into it than trying to string along the same dead person, the whole time. It's just refreshing. So if you have to let go of something this month, let it go and open yourself up for something new. It's way better that way. Thank you, Kim, for that. I knew I was a little off. Okay. So here's the other one I want you to build. More and more, I'm realizing that it's going to be a game changer for a lot of you guys if you hit the $50 bonus and the $250 bonus. So I want everyone to print this out. If you do not know how to go about doing this and figuring out how to get your bonus, then you need to go onto our builder group and type in Power of 3 bonus, and you will see lots of videos pop up, okay? Talk to the person that you're doing your weekly mentor with and go through your team and figure out who is actually on my LRP. Are they doing 100 PB every single month? If not, how can I help support them doing it more? Do I need to get another builder? Do I need to get another sharer? How can I help my sharer get her $50 bonus? Figure out what you need to do to get your $250 bonus. That's your first $50 bonus is great. Let's shoot for our $250. How can you get your $250 bonus? That is absolutely doable. You're helping 3 people get their $50 bonus. That's doable, people, right? Especially if you're partnering with someone. And then every single month, you're getting $250 on top of your Unilevel, your Fast Start, and if you're at another rank like a Premier, your empowerment bonus or beyond. You really want to give yourself some financial support when you're growing your business in the beginning. So we do want to grow for rank. It's very important, but we also want to make sure we're learning how to build for the Power of 3 bonus. So make sure and familiarize. This is something you want to learn how to do. If you guys have questions on it, I'll open it up at the end. I could answer them, but we really want to learn. So print this out. If you want to, post it up in your bedroom on a whiteboard, but you need to figure out how you can accomplish this for yourself. It's very doable and it will feel life-giving when you're getting more income. And then here's the rank planner. You want to familiarize yourself with how to help yourself achieve ranks and then help other people achieve ranks, right? So we want to learn, what does Premier look like? It means me helping 2 people get to executive. What's executive? How much is that executive making? Right? And so on. How many levels do I get paid on? How many overall volume? We need to learn these kind of things so we actually have a game planned in mind of how I'm going to achieve this. And then when you set your goals, we want you to set your goal. What's your goal? To maybe hit a rank once and then work to solidify it. Solidifying is a process. If you guys hit a rank once and think that you're going to be that rank forever, you absolutely are not going to. When I hit Blue Diamond, I actually had solidified Diamond pretty darn well. It almost killed me, but I did. I hit it every single month. With Blue Diamond, I hit it 1 month, and the next month, I lost an entire Premier leg. They were in Africa. The lady went MIA, 5,000 in volume, never again. That was very painful, right? Like, I was like, no. So I had to solidify, right? It took me 4 months to solidify again. So if you're in the solidifying process, that doesn't mean you're not that rank. You're solidifying that rank. And solidifying and making something solid is the best thing you can absolutely do. And don't think you shouldn't celebrate that. When you hit it, celebrate. When you solidify it, I would celebrate even more because that's a lot of hard work, right? And then go on to the next goal. But solidifying is making your business stable, and that's something that nothing can take away from you, right? Like me, I was able to hit Diamond organically last month. That's called, I solidified it, right? And I hit Diamond a long time ago. So it's taken a lot of years to where it organically happens, but what a blessing that is, right? Even if I wasn't able to do the business, I could still, like say if I got cancer, hopefully not, I could still hit Diamond, right? But now, like for me hitting Blue Diamond, it's a work in process. It's a lot of effort, right? That's fine. If you're at that spot, every next rank, you're going to have to solidify it again. So get comfortable with it. Right? And then celebrate when you solidify it, because that's a big deal. But figure out how you can help other people solidify and really break down what your rank is and tell yourself, if I want to hit this goal, how many classes do I actually have to have? That's something that you need to know. Normally, you should know what your average class sales are. I'm not amazing at keeping these stats, but it would be really good if you could. If you took a class and you just wrote down every time you had a class, how much did I actually sell? So that when you really wanted to push and hit a goal, you knew I sell about 500 in volume every class, or I sell 200 in volume, or I sell 1,000 in volume. Maybe an online class only gets me 100 in volume. Well, you know what you need to do, or a one-on-one. How much do you normally get from a one-on-one? Then when you go into a month, you'll know what your average volume is without any of your sales, right? That's your level that normally happens without you selling or things like that. Then you need to know how much do you have to show up and help your teammates show up to get to that goal. When you know a goal, you can achieve it. When you don't know what that goal is and how much volume you need, you don't know how to achieve it. So figure out how much volume you need to get yourself solid, count how many classes that is, and figure out if you're going to do it or not. Because don't get to the end of the month and say, it's another month I didn't hit Premier, another month I didn't hit Elite. Well, of course not. You only did 2 classes. If you want to hit that rank, you needed 5, right? So don't try to get bummed out on yourself that you're not hitting your rank if you're not even planning the right amount of classes to hit it, right? That would be foolish. So if you want to hit that rank, have realistic expectations and then put the work in, or tell yourself, it's okay, I'm not going to hit that rank this month because I'm only putting in 2 classes. And I know unless a miracle happens, like Bo goes, I am not going to be hitting my rank, right? It's just more, it's a better feeling about your business, and you don't always feel down on yourself. It's a decision you're making. So if you're doing Diamond Club, you're making a decision to do 4 classes at least a month yourself. That's a decision that you're making. That's really going to help you hit your goal, right? But if you're doing 1 class a month, you're not going to hit your goals probably. Or if you are, your goal is really low and you should come up with another goal, right? So really realistically, go through those rank trackers, figure out what rank you really are right now. And then figure out how could you solidify the next rank? What would you need to do? And how would your builders underneath you need to show up, right? Because when you get into bigger ranks, it's not just you. It'll kill you if it is, right? You have to be able to help other people learn how to do this. It's a key thing to learn. So those are the 3 papers I would really like you guys to print out, to do. If you're going through the Elite Sedavi, hopefully you've done at least through our day 2, which I think is like day 5 or whatever, but at least the first 2 days of our training. I'm going to make sure all of the rest of the days are edited so you can go as fast as you want. Get your samples out in the mail. Follow up with your samples within 2 days, like she says. Say her scripts. Memorize them. Write them down, right? Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just do what she says to do, and then do it again, and do it again, and do it again, right? That's just how you get better. Like sometimes my daughter's like, you're so much better at me than this. I'm like, because I baked cupcakes 1 billion times, right? I better be able to make a cupcake by now, right? Like you guys need to send a lot of samples up, do a lot of one-on-ones, do a lot of follow-up if you're going to be really good at them, right? So get going, do those, get your classes. I'm excited to announce that I am officially renting, which is a big deal for me since sometimes I'm just like, no, I'm just going to save money and do it at my house. But I'm officially going to be renting in Costa Mesa a location for our team that we can be using on a weekly basis for classes and events, so that every single week we will have a class, continuing education, intro to oils, that you guys can come to and send your people to. We will have bigger events there. And then we're also going to be using my bakery space on a monthly basis in Long Beach. So depending on where you're at, we'll have those 2 locations. Cheryl's going to help me by putting up in the next day or so something to where you could sign up to share that you guys want to help, that you either want to help with a continuing education, you want to help with an intro to oils, or you want to help with an online. We want to do intro to oil classes online and continuing educations online every single week. What if every single week you had 2 different classes online that you could invite your people to, and 2 different classes in person that people could go to, if not more? So if people are doing them in their homes, we're really, really wanting people to open that up to everyone in our community. If you feel like you can, if you can't, that's a personal choice. But if you can, and you can open it up, we want to encourage you, if you guys are sending people, that you yourself show up to that class as well to help close the people and support it so it's not overwhelming to the person that's teaching it and hosting it. If you cannot make it, absolutely still send your person, but you want to make sure and let that host know. So we'll come on and give a little bit more details once we have the calendar all nailed down. But what our goal is that for the next next 2 months, we'll have everything set in place so that you guys will realistically have an entire calendar for 2 months that you can plan ahead of time and invite people to and show up to. So it's definitely going to be a work and effort. We're probably going to make mistakes and figure out different things we want and have flops. But my idea is especially at my Costa Mesa location, I don't know how much I can leave at my bakery the entire time and have double sets. I will have all the oils there, all the sheets printed, all the clipboards. I will have the scanner there. I will have Oil Magic books there. I will have everything there. So all you have to do is get yourself there and your people. And then it will be a great class because multiple people will there. It'll have a great energy and we'll have a really nice time. And then we're hoping to do some kind of events that are more exclusive. Like if you're on the LRP, you get to come to this exclusive event where we're going to be doing more make and take stuff. So we're going to be pulling back the make and take stuff, and really on the continuing education classes, it's going to be a lot about education and hands-on stuff, and then talking and sharing and things like that. And then we'll have some more exclusive events that are make and takes where it's going to be like blessing our customers that really build our business, right? And blessing the customers that allow us to sample their friends and family, right? So if your friends host a class for you or sample, give you people that you can sample and invite to a class, that they get a reward for that, right? Those are the people we really want showing up and getting the freebies and things like that. So we're hoping to put more of those kind of events and have a set place that everyone, it has a huge parking lot. If you've been to the last 2 events we put on that were the bigger ones in the warehouse, it's at that location. So that's what we're going to be doing. I get it mid-February, so I'm going to try to get it all up and going and that. But look out for the invitation. If you want to join in all of this stuff and be a part of the community, jumping on one of these is going to be key, right? We really want to be a team effort, and I feel like when all of us do that, it'll be great. If you're not local in California, we'll have tons of online stuff as well to make sure you feel really well educated and supported. And, maybe we can even figure out how to do like special freebies for your customers that are outside the US too, and send them stuff. So let's see if there's any comments. Well, I'm glad you guys are excited. I'm excited as well. It is a lot of work and it is a lot of money, but I'm totally about investing into my business as long as everyone's showing up, right? So if you guys show up, if you want this, if you do this, if you invite people, if you serve and jump along, I'm absolutely wanting to make your business successful for you guys. The only times I get down is when I feel like I'm the only one running around, which I know sometimes that's a lie, but we all feel like that at times. So I just encourage you guys, show up, help us out. Let's make this awesome. So our community just seems like the best one that everybody wants to join online. It's going to be really awesome. I think that's the number one thing that people want is community, education, support, and things like that. So when and where for the lookout? Well, all of the ones are it's called the Mamption. That's my friend's name that came up with it. It does have an Instagram page, so I'll let you guys have it because maybe we'll post there as well. But it's the place that we've had the last 2 big events. If you've been to like our large ones where we've opened it up to everybody, it's a big warehouse in Costa Mesa. That is where it's at. It's all designed cute and everything because all of the people in there are floral designers, event designers. So it's already done all nice and I don't have to do any of that work, which is really nice. But it has a refrigerator so we can keep drinks in it for all of our events, and it has a bathroom, it has plenty of parking, and it'll have all my chairs there. And, it's all really nice so that you don't feel like, you have to clean your house every single time or, things like that. So hopefully that makes it easier for everyone. And then we can really start having consistency for our business. Because I think if we do, we're going to see a lot more growth. So I think that was all of my things. I have a couple more quotes, but let me see to end it. Did anybody, let me make sure I went over all of the screenshots. Yeah, I think I did. Does anybody have any questions about Mini Diamond Club, about the Elise Sedeve training, about any of the worksheets I went over or the promos or anything like that?
Melody, this is Cheryl. We were talking about doing a Sign Up Genius just to have everybody volunteer, but I just wanted to see if anybody on this call knows of a really great calendar app or website that we could use to broadcast what the calendar of classes would be. I know our leaders just quickly met and we didn't have anything, but if anybody on this call has like a really great shared calendar kind of program that we just don't know about, maybe just get with your leader who's on the call or get with Melody and maybe we can test pilot a few of those, because what we really want is something that's really accessible, It's public that anybody can look at, and it's in one central location, and it's always in the same spot. So if someone's looking to go to a class, they can go to a class, like no matter what, right? Like they don't have trouble finding it. The link always works. It's always there. It's always updated. I just don't know of something. I know of a great one for people to volunteer to help, but not necessarily the calendar option. So just throwing that out there.
Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah. If anyone has the knowledge on that, that's like sort of the missing link that we need to do so that it's an easy one that everyone can see all the time. But yeah, super excited. So I'm going to read a couple more quotes and then we'll end it for tonight. If you are doing,
I was just wondering, Melody.
Yeah.
Do you still do classes?
Yeah, I do. I have them at my house. I'm probably going to do one before the 14th, but I'll be doing them mainly probably at that Costa Mesa location instead of my house. For me, when I homeschool during the day and the class, it's like one of the things that's most life draining I found in my business. So that was one of the harder ways for me to show up as much as I wanted to. And that's why I feel like for me paying, the $600+ a month or whatever for the space is going to help me take that excuse away from myself to be able to show up more at the space and not have to have my house clean every single time. Because if you've seen my house on Instagram, it's not clean a lot. So it's a little bit hard for me. But yes, I will be at a lot of the Costa Mesa classes. And I'll probably not be having them at my house anymore once I rent that space because it's bigger. I'll be able to house more people. The last couple times I've had them at my house is actually pretty small in the main room, and it gets pretty crazy in here. So I'll have an entire oil setup there with every oil like I do at my house, all the books, all the education tools. So it'll be all housed there as if it were like my oil studio.
How many do you average a month about?
For me personally doing classes?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, most of my sales are online. I spend probably hours and hours every day doing online now. I used to do average when I was building my business with my leaders one-on-one, helping them grow. I was probably doing 2 classes every single week at least, so about 8 a month. And then I transitioned a little bit more into online. So I'm able to get between 15 to 40 enrollments, but most of mine right now are online, or I do one-on-one. So I have a lot of people that stop my house on a one-on-one. And then I go and help my leaders that I'm helping grow, and I'll help them teach their first classes. So, as you grow in it and you start to help your leaders learn, it's a balance and it's an ebb and flow. So you have to sort of see what works. And I'm able to get my most signups doing it online right now. And then I need to go help people with in-person classes as I'm helping them learn how to. So that's what I do. So who won let me see who's on here before I said the person has to be on the call. Thank you, Christina. Because I have a backup. Oh, they aren't. All right. Let me do my backup real quick. Dang it. All right. Feel bad for the person. I was excited for them. Let me do my backup real quick. I'm actually going to announce my backup. I got to do on the number generator. So I'm going to announce it right after I get this call. But it was someone, but they didn't show up on here. So they lost the 100. Okay. All right. So that was the answer to the classes. Any other questions before I read over the quotes? No? Okay. Let me share them one more time. It was so great meeting with you guys. But yeah, as far as the classes go, I would say if you are wanting to grow your business and maintain, you should be doing at least one a week. Because if you're not doing one class a week, it's like as if you're not having a business that you're actively showing up to. So that's what most people like Elise or whatever say. If you want to actively grow your business, you should at least be having one a week, if not more.
Okay, thank you for sharing that with me because I know that you had to start somewhere and it wasn't it was steps. So
It
I kind
was,
of wanted
yeah,
to know the
no.
steps she
I
took.
used to go to my bakery, work all day, and then Beth, lived out there. She's one of my main leaders. And then me and Beth, I'd go over to Beth's house, do classes at nighttime, and then, we'd drive out and do them for baby builders. And, so every season's different for me. When I'm growing a new builder, I do a lot more classes because I'm trying to actively teach that new builder how to do classes, and I'm helping them teach all of their classes. So every month's different. Probably like in the middle of summer, I was helping a new builder grow and then solidifying some people. So that month, I think I taught like 7 classes in a month. So, and then maybe the next month I only teach 3, right? Because that person now knows how to do them themselves. So it sort of depends. But yeah, I mean, some months I definitely taught more like, 8, maybe even 10. But then, there's a give and take. So right now my goal is to help you, the most amount of people, which is all of you guys. So I want to try to do like, education, investing, and things like that. And then my sales I can get online. So that's what I've been doing. Let's see.
Right on.
For samples you want us to send out, would you recommend using the 5 ml or drams from doTERRA? Azadeh, that's a good question. Half of me is like, Melody, don't mess with Elisa's system. She has a great one. Why would you do your 5 ml rollers? I like my 5 ml rollers, so I might do 5 ml rollers personally. That's just me. I definitely think the others are more cost effective, and I can see a pro to them as well. I know, do not tweak anything. Haha. I know Shannon went to the training. So, I almost have to say you gotta choose for yourself. You could also see what works better for you. You could try it out with different people and see what better you get. You know what I mean? I don't know if Elisa's ever tried roller bottles. You know what I mean? So to be honest, I don't know. I've never seen her photograph any roller bottles like that. So maybe, I know I've gotten the thing I love the roller bottles the most is it gets me the most referrals. It gets the most people sharing about stuff because it's cute and they use it a lot. The thing that I could say would be the downside is they're bigger. So they take them longer to use, right? So even if maybe you were going to do a dram, I personally think I like that it's a dram roller bottle a little bit better. And there's cute dram roller bottles. They're like the 2 ml size with a cute little cap on them that are gold. I'll post a photo. I think you can get them from Grand Parfum. It's P Grand and then PARFUM. They're more pricey than drams, absolutely. They look 10,000 times cuter in my opinion, and I think that does make a difference when you're sending out stuff. You can dilute them a little bit. You want it strong. I definitely wouldn't do like 1 drop, right? But you would dilute it. And I like them better like that. So I would do that because I think it's cuter and it's a little bit more accessible. I think sometimes if someone has a bottle, it's not diluted. They could maybe put peppermint in their eye or sting on their forehead. I don't know. I always teach people to dilute oils. So for me, I guess it goes against what I talk about with dilution, just to send someone straight essential oils and not dilute them. That's just me. But again, she's triple presidential diamond, so maybe I shouldn't mess with her things. I don't know. But I would probably say I would do the cute roll on 2 ml drams, not do the 5 ml. They would use it very quickly, right? And things like that. And I would definitely give more than 1 sample. I like the idea of giving like, when she said online, give 2 samples, I almost think that too. Like, give 1 emotional one and give 1 physical one, or like, like a deep blue rub packet and like adaptive, like something like that. I like that a little bit, in my opinion, or like 1 for the kid and 1 for the parent. I like that idea too, because you really want to get the kids to like what you're doing, because kids really make the parent want to purchase something. So if it works well for the kid, they're going to buy anything. So I think that's a good idea. Like Shannon said, I wouldn't tweak it too much, and you could definitely just do the drams. I just do think it's cuter the other, and I like diluting them better, to be honest. And I just think sometimes when it's just droplets, I don't know, what do you do with them? I think the roller bottle's a little bit better, but let's see if anyone, yeah, I'll post the cute dram rollers for you guys. I was trying to see how we could get them really like in bulk for more expensive, but that website just does not discount a lot. So they're all really cute stuff on that website, but they don't give amazing discounts. But yeah, so that's that. All right. I think I'm going to show you my quotes. And then if anyone else has any questions, let me know. Okay. Your new life is going to cost you your old one. Are you guys ready to give up your old life? Maybe it was comfortable. Maybe you watched The Bachelor more often. I don't know what it was. Maybe you got to sleep in. Whatever it was, your new life is going to cost you your old one. So say goodbye to your old life and walk into your new life, right? That's something you really do have to let go. The more you care about what people think, the more they own you. That's a really big deal, right? Like, I had a lot of people when I started my oil business say, what are you doing? You're so busy. Why would you do this, right? Me and my husband literally just talked the other night and we're like, oh my gosh, if I would have listened to all those people, we would be in such a crappy state right now. I have so many text threads going on. Sorry, this is so annoying. I don't know how to get off that. No. This is what happens when you have girlfriends that text 500 texts. Sorry. Okay. So really, 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 it is something that I would be, I don't even know what this text is. Maybe I can mute it. Quit messages. Okay. That's something, if you really want change and you don't want to look back in the next 10 years and be in the same spot again, a lot of people end up being in the same spot. You have to make a change and be okay with a period of time that isn't ideal and that's hard for growth, right? That's really is something. Sometimes people think that it's always easy and it's absolutely not. And I feel bad if I've ever made it seem easy. It wasn't easy for me. What you want is waiting for you on the other side of consistency. That is so true. That's probably, we made a joke for my birthday. We were out with a bunch of friends and they said, everyone say something about Melody, that means to you. Means something to you. And my husband literally couldn't think of anything. And he said, she's consistent. He couldn't think of it. She's consistent. And we all joked. My husband said, she's consistent 3 times. I guess that's my main characteristic, but I'm very consistent. So if you guys are trying to hit a higher rank, my main attribute from my husband, I guess, is that I'm consistent, right? So I think it does go a long way. I have my bad days. He sees me down, but I'm consistent and I will keep going. I will not give up and I do not take weeks off. I don't take months off. I'm very, very consistent. So that's something that I guess was ingrained in me. But if you're not consistent, that might be a reason why your business is not growing. Don't judge someone's story by the chapter you walked in on. I think this is huge. So many of us look at other people and say, oh my gosh, but look at them. Oh my gosh, you have no idea what that person walked through, what they went through to be in that chapter that they're at right now. So you need to stop looking at them, right? I had someone on social media that I was following and it was like, why do I need to look at this chapter of your life right now? And I muted it because it wasn't benefiting me at all. And I have a much better mental state now that I don't have to see it every day. Okay. If you are tired of starting over, stop giving up. Remember this, what you want is waiting on the other side of consistency. Keep showing up. Don't give up. And I think we're almost to the end. Dedicate the next 6 months exclusively to your goals. Don't tell anyone. Don't make any announcements. Just fall back and work. People will quit on you. You got to get up every day and make sure you never quit on yourself. There are my Instagram mantras for you. I hope they helped you out. Where can I find those items you want us to print out? All of those are in that pinned post at the top of the builder group. So you should be able to see them. I could tag you, Joan, but they're pretty easy to follow. I'm glad you have the quotes. I pray you guys have an awesome week. I hope to see you guys at that Costa Mesa location more often. I would love that. And if you guys have any questions about anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'm excited to pay some of you guys some money this month as you kick some butt in all of your classes and sign up. So have a great night. Talk to you guys later. Bye.